Wolves away on Boxing Day. Vitor Pereira's first home game in charge. A new manager bouncing coming. But will United actually show up? Ruben Amorim needs a clinical United to turn up. We created plenty against Bournemouth. We were drunk in front of goal. There will be changes again. Let me run through the team predictions and team news ahead of this festive kickoff. I hope you're all ready for Christmas. I hope you have a fantastic Christmas with your family. And I hope United don't ruin it on Boxing Day. There is a potential that they do that. I'm going to run through all the team news ahead of Wolves. Spoiler alert, don't think Rashford's going to be involved. Not sure if he's going to play for United again. I'm going to run through my predictions, take a look at Wolves' team, the threats. It's going to be Cunha, although he should be banned. Run through that. You can let me know your predictions in the comments below, as always. And please, if you can, drop a festive like on the video. It's tough doing these bloody preview videos right now. They're so inconsistent. Anyway, Vitor Pereira has come in at Wolves. First game. The new manager bounce was there, and this is going to be his first game at home as Wolves manager. Of course it is. So there's probably going to be a new manager bounce, and especially after beating Leicester quite convincingly and ending rude. Well, not ending rude. Anyway, Vitor Pereira was manager of Porto. Was that at the same time as Ruben Amorim was manager of Sporting? Didn't actually check that. Kind of guessing there was a crossover. But they will know each other well. And there was no extra press conference from Ruben Amorim. It was just like the embargo part after the Bournemouth game. I don't see why Marcus Rashford gets involved against Wolves. If Rashford was not involved against Bournemouth, or the game before against Spurs or City, same thing. You remember this from Wolves away? That was a game where Rashford was dropped before it because he was turned up late to a team meeting, came off the bench, and then scored the winner in a 1-0 win. I doubt very much that's going to be happening. In terms of Wolves and how they are going to set up, they're going to mirror Manchester United. 3 at the back, wing backs, and you know who the big danger man is. I mean, physically, it's the big danger man. Cunha. He's been a threat every time he's played us. I remember Lamina being was it the first day of, was it last season, first day, where they were all over us. And I think we won 1-0 with a Varane header. Was that Wolves? I can't remember. But anyway, this game's not going to be easy. I say that about every night game. It's kind of just the way football goes. This was the starting 11 that faced Bournemouth. And truth be told, we didn't concede too much in term. I know we conceded 3 goals. Caveat to start with here. And I swear to God, this is not me just like looking for positives in absolute shit shows. But we're still not like conceding chance after chance after chance in the same way we were last season. We are having more of the ball, but geez, the lack of clinical finishing in these last 2 games has been woeful. Now, I would definitely be making some changes to this team. All right. Mazraoui, look, he made a mistake in his last game, but he's been fantastic throughout. I'll tell you who isn't starting this game, Malacia. He's been hooked at half-time 3 times now. I don't think he'll start in this game. I think someone who I definitely want in this starting 11 is Yoro. Because I'm looking at the threat of Wolves down this side. Ait Nouri had a suspension, so wasn't in the game, but he'll be starting on that left-hand side, and so will Cunha. So that whole threat down there left is going to be why we need to be as strong as possible on that right-hand side. And this is what I would do. I would put Delo over on the left. Is that perfect? No, right? It doesn't matter what left wing-back you look at right now. They're not going to be good enough for Manchester United in the long term. Luke Shaw's injured, so he's irrelevant. Tyrone Malacia, he doesn't look... He kind of looks like a player who's missed like 18 months of football with a double knee surgery. And that's just how he's playing. Kind of at his level right now. And Diogo Dalot, I'd probably rather have him on the left-hand side than Mazraoui, because I'd rather have Mazraoui on the right-hand side. And then I would bring Yoro in here. Now, Martinez has not been playing that particularly great either. I don't know whether De Ligt is still going to be injured, so I'm going to keep him out of the team. But if De Ligt is in, could he come in from Maguire potentially? I'm keeping Maguire in there for the physicality. Can't remember who's the name of the Wolves striker? Strand Larsen. I think he's a big bastard. Either way, I think Maguire will be kept in for a little bit of physicality. Someone put a bet on United conceding a set piece, because it's probably going to happen again. And Wolves are going to try and exploit that. But down that right-hand side, I'm going to keep Mazraoui and Yoro. In midfield, I think the only question, I mean, geez, no, that's a lie. There are a lot of questions to ask about our midfield, but I think the only question to ask for this game in particular is, will he drop Bruno deeper or will he keep Bruno further up? Because if he drops Bruno deeper, Bruno just goes in for Mainu. Mainu drops to the bench. Someone else goes further up. And there will be people that were suggesting in that game that they would like to see Bruno playing deeper and Mainu playing further forward. I think Bruno, correct me if I'm wrong here, but Bruno might have been one of the only players who've started every game so far under Ruben. And I said this in my match reaction, and I've said it plenty of times about Bruno. The one thing that you can criticise him for sure is when games get emotional, and this is something that Amorim has pointed out, when games get emotional and United play football emotionally, too fast, too chaotic, boom, too fast, knocking it, you could just pass it sideways. In that sense, then playing Bruno deeper is a worse idea because then you get more of that or more opportunity for it. I don't know. I think he's going to... I honestly don't... I think this could be a game where we see the least changes so far from Ruben Amorim. I'm not sure I'd change anything up there, which is going to sound very, very stupid there because we've just had 20-plus shots and we didn't score a goal. And the same thing goes for Spurs. Well, we did score against Spurs, but we've had 40-plus shots in the last 2 games, and we've lost both of them as a consequence. What I would love to see more in this game is chances created for, whether it's Højlund starting there, whether it's Xerxes starting there, or hell, if it's anybody else. I would love to see United get the ball. Where's the ball? I can't find a ball. Found it. Good boys. But you just can't get a staff these days. Give me the ball, man. Anyway, I would love to see United get the ball in this position, whether it's Mazraoui on the overlap, it doesn't really matter. And I would love to see them, Højlund running into the box in these scenarios, and United just get the cutbacks. Can you please just give simple chances to the striker? All right? It doesn't have to be rocket science. Wolves are going to play with 3 at the back. They're going to leave spaces either side of the wide centre-backs in the exact same way that we are. So if you know how United got to defend, then you understand how United got to attack in this game. Their threat's going to be down that side, Cunha and Ait Nouri. Our threat should be down either side. I would say probably our right-hand side, though. Yoro, Mazraoui, Ugarte, and Ahmed, if they're all playing together, that would be where our threat is. But just get a win for Amorim. Please. Please just win. It's going to be... Well, honestly, I'm probably going to go for a score draw in this game. I'm going to go for like a 2-2. Just honest prediction. I think United have actually got more wins and scored more goals than any team in Premier League history on Boxing Day. So fingers crossed history repeats itself. And it's like a 3-2 win instead of a 2-2. But I'm going to go for a 2-2 because I think that new manager bounce is going to be there. And it's going to be real. I don't think there's going to be... How many changes am I making that team? I put Yoro in. And was it just Yoro? Yeah, because I moved Mazraoui out. So that's one defensive change for Madassia. One change. I've only done one change. It's never going to be one change. Are you mad? Let me know your team and your prediction, and I hope you have a fantastic Christmas.